Hello, all of you beautiful people. Welcome to the August 2019 Astrology and Astronomy Highlights and Happenings. There's so much going on that I wanted to make a separate video and a separate blog just for August because I can't put it into a one weekly video. So this will have to go for the whole month. For those of you that love the videos, great. Watch it. I'm just going to point out the highlights so it's not too long. But if you want more in-depth detail that maybe I'm missing while I'm recording this, go check out the companion blog. I will put a link in this video, and be sure to check out the weekly wisdom and the tarot scopes for each sign for the month of August. So where do I begin? Well, July 31st into August 1st, and also depending on where you live in the world, we're going to have a new black moon in Leo at 8 degrees. On the east coast of the United States, it's happening at 11:11 p.m. So, and it's a new moon, so you're not going to see it. What is a black moon, you may be asking? A black moon is a second new moon in any given month. So like a blue moon is a second full moon in any given month. You know, the term once in a blue moon, it doesn't happen that often. And so this is super special. The 8 degrees, the 8th degree is its balance. It's the karmic equalizer, creation, destruction, it's abundance, it's financial abundance. 8 really makes me think of Leo the lion a lot too. So with this being in Leo, it is all about our heart. It's our lion energy. It's our power energy. It's in the 5th house, which is the home house for the Leos. So that is all about play. It's about romance. It's like being a child again, bringing out your inner child. Leos love to be romanced and they love to play. So this is wonderful energy coming down on us. It's also following 2 very powerful eclipses, the solar eclipse back on July 2nd and the powerful lunar eclipse on July 16th. Those were activations that are just going to continue and continue. The energies that are coming out since 2012 have been crazy. And I've succumbed to the fact that the energies are just going to continue to get crazier and crazier. So it's really in our best interest to just surrender and flow with all of these energies, educate ourselves, definitely set the intentions. If you saw my previous blogs and posts and videos, I was talking about intentions and education. And so that is definitely a huge theme because Leo is a major manifester. So whatever is in your heart, that is what's going to show up. Now, I also talk about at other times our words and our thoughts also being a manifestation of what shows up in our outer world, but also that Leo heart. So you want to make sure that your hearts are pure, that what you're doing and how you're being, how you're acting is all from the heart. And there's only love there. There's no hate. There's no fear. We have to live in our hearts. Now, the shadow side of Leo is very boastful. It's very dramatic, drama-filled, and a little whiny, often very lazy. So where Leo wants to get out and roar, that shadow side of Leo has us living in this ego mind, and we don't want to do that. So if that starts to crop up for you, that's a goblin. That's lower negative vibrational energy. We got to get rid of that. What's interesting also about this 8th degree, we have the Lionsgate portal coming on August 8th, 8/8. And so this 8th degree on this new moon, I feel is like the opening of this Lionsgate portal. You can read more information about that in my blog that I'm going to put the link to. But the Lionsgate portal, it's the constellation of Leo aligning with the star Sirius in the sky. And it's a portal or an opening of the veils, if you will, the veil, which is the layer between our world and the other side. It thins and it allows spirit beings to come in and assist us, activate us, empower us. That's what all this Leo energy is about. So this is fantastic. You know, like this next month of Leo season is so wonderful. Now, you don't have to be a Leo to experience this because we all have Leo in our charts. We have all signs in our charts. So I highly recommend that when I'm talking about these aspects, when I'm talking about the degrees, even though this new moon is happening in the 5th house, you want to go and check out your own chart and see where Leo is falling in your chart, because that's the house that is going to get the most boost from it. So for me personally, Leo is my 2nd house. That's where my moon is. My moon is in Leo, and that's the emotions. So this is super special for me. Not bragging. I'm not being Leo-ish. However, the 2nd house, it's our money, it's our values, it's our possessions. So I'm expecting that things are going to maybe start picking up for me. It's also, Leo is such creative energy that I'm hoping that maybe I get new ideas, which, I've been flooded with. And it's this building and building and building of more creative energy. I need to start writing it down more. So make sure you keep a tablet with you in case you get a lot of creative ideas coming in. Also, the Leo energy, it's drive and ambition. So we are expected that we're going to be getting boosts of energy. Increased energy is definitely what I was picking up on. Going back to the chart, so you can go to astro.com and pull up your own birth chart, see where Leo is falling in that chart. Like I said, for me, it's in my 2nd house in my natal chart. So even though this Leo new moon is in the 5th house, activating our play, our romance, our childlike being, having fun, being creative, this is also going to affect me in the 2nd house of my money and my values and my possessions. So you combine those two energies, and that's how you can begin to start to read your own chart. Now, moving on, we have a full moon August 15th at 22 degrees in Aquarius. And I got to give a shout out to 2 special people. First of all, that is actually one of my wedding anniversaries from, really long time ago. But it's my son-in-law's birthday, and it is a dear friend of mine, Karen's birthday. They're both 22-degree Leos. So this full moon is in the opposite sign, which is Aquarius. So the sun will be in Leo at 22 degrees. This is also in the 5th house. Now, I want to point out that with that new moon in the 5th house, all of the signs, every single sign around the astrological wheel will be in its own natal home. So to me, it's like a coming home, a recalibration. It's us like resetting everything in our lives. And then here comes along this full moon, which is in the opposite of all of our houses. That's kind of starting to stir things up. That August 15th full moon also comes following the Lionsgate portal on August 8th. And then we will have another new moon in August, on August 30th, and it's in Virgo, and it's at 6 degrees. And I talk a lot about in the blog about the 6 degrees because we've had so many aspects either in 6 degrees or in 24 degrees, and the 2 and the 4 equals a 6. That 6 energy, that's also, it's harmony, it's balance, it's love, it's family becoming more important to us than, say, slaving away for some company or some other person, or putting our energy outside of the home and not focusing on the family and friends. This is coming back home. So there's that theme again. Also, the 6 is imagination and creativity again, but in a different form. It's also security, like that nurturing security, the security of feeling safe at home. So we have a lot of that energy coming up. I also want to point out Mercury will be going direct right after the new moon in Leo on August 2nd. So it'll start to station direct on July 31st. And then it will be moving fully direct on August 2nd at 24 degrees. And that's a 6. So there we go with a 6 again. Also, other good news, Jupiter is going direct on August 12th at 14 degrees. So our luck and expansion and learning should definitely take off. Things will be highlighted on our lives. So you want to also take a look at, where does Mercury fall in your chart and where does Jupiter fall into your chart, because those areas will be highlighted. Later on the day, after Jupiter goes direct, Uranus is going retrograde. So, Uranus is the planet of changes, of belonging, of innovation, of like being outworldly, like out there in the outer world, being so different. So you also want to take a look at, where does Uranus fall in your chart, because things are going to slow down, as far as like things won't be changing as quickly. Or you could see it on the opposite side, where things start really changing, transforming, transmuting. The word transmuting keeps coming up in my group of friends. So I'm going to have to write about that. My friend Valerie keeps on bugging me to talk about transmutations. And that's what Uranus is about. So I guess, like, we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out, because things could be either slowing down in the house that you have Uranus in, or things could be really changing. Things could be shaking up. A lot of times we also have natural disasters when Uranus is shifting energies. Okay, let's see. So getting outside of astrology and going to astronomy, let me talk about the stars, because we have 2 meteor showers that are going on right now through the 3rd week of August, and both for the southern and northern hemispheres. So in the southern hemisphere, we have the Delta Aquarids. Now we can see those also in the northern hemisphere. They're coming off of the constellation of Aquarius. You're going to see them so much better down in the southern hemisphere. Those that are in New Zealand and Australia, South Africa, all of those followers and readers, you are getting a great show. Consequently, here in the northern hemisphere, keep stumbling on my words, we have the Perseid meteor showers, which I love. However, it's usually too humid and cloudy during the peak. But they're starting now as well. You'll be able to see them coming off of the constellation of Perseus. That will be in the southeast sky. For the Delta Aquarids, they will be, I think, in the southwest sky. You'll have to check my blog for accuracy, but I highly recommend getting an app for your phone that is a star tracker, and I recommend 2 apps in the blog: Google Sky Maps, or Sky Tracker. Both are free, and you can hold your phone up. Actually, I'll show you while I'm here. You hold your phone up, and it'll show you where the constellations are. Um, Google Sky Maps is much simpler, so it's great for beginners. Star Tracker is a little more complicated. The graphics are gorgeous. However, there's so much on the screen, unless you know astronomy, which I've taken so many courses over the decades in astronomy, one most recently a year ago, always trying to learn more about the cosmos. I can identify a lot of different things on here. But so this is Star Tracker. I'm going to scroll it in. And as I move my phone around, now look, you could see those things shooting across the sky? Those are the Delta Aquarids. Because I'm in the northern hemisphere, these are coming from the southern hemisphere, which I can't see on my phone, but if I tilt it, I think, it'll show me. So you move your phone around in the sky above you, and you'll be able to see the constellations, the different planets that are around. And then, so that's Sky Tracker. And I can't, come on. So that's Sky Tracker. And then the Google Sky Map is similar, but it's so much simpler. So there's Sky Map. And when I say it's much simpler, it is. But if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll be able to see it. Look, and there's Jupiter on the screen, I think you could see. So you just move it around the similar. They're both free apps. And I know on Sky Map, it'll also show you where the radiant is. I can't seem to find it, but you get a pretty good idea. All you have to do is look for the constellation of Aquarius for the Delta Aquarids and the constellation of Perseus. I also give tips and tricks on how to view, because you want to lay down and just kind of let your eyes scan the entire sky. Allow your peripheral vision to see everything, because you don't know where they're going to be coming from. You don't want to look directly at the radiant, because even though they say, oh, this is the radiant, they're actually coming from all different directions. And if you keep your eyes open to the full sky, they'll just come shooting in from everywhere. Now, with both the northern hemisphere being able to see a little bit of each other's meteor shower, you will catch glimpses of both meteor showers, no matter where you are in the world. So from the Delta Aquarids, if you're in the northern hemisphere, they'll be shooting, upward like this, and then the Perseids will be coming down. Should be a good show. Every single night, they get better and better. The Delta Aquarids peak is right now, as I'm recording this, on July 27th, the 28th, 29th, 30th. The best viewing time is to go out after midnight, before the sun rises. I really love 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to see the meteor showers. I know it's a pain in the neck, but it's so worth setting the alarm. And then for the Perseids, the peak is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of August. However, they are visible right now, each night getting better and better and better. The Delta Aquarids and the Perseids will run through the third week of August. After their peak, they start to diminish. So for the Deltas, right now is the peak time. I'm setting my alarm tonight. I'm going to be out there like a crazy lunatic with the wild animals, waiting for some meteors. And then that'll be all weekend long. And then I'll start going out again so that I can maybe catch the Perseids before the humidity starts to peak. It always seems to happen this time of year in August here on the East Coast, that the week of the peak of the Perseids, it gets so humid, and with that humidity, we get an abundance of clouds and you can't see any stars. I think in 30 years, because I've been doing this star watching for a really long time, in 30 years of tracking the Perseids, I've only seen them one time. So, but it's so worth it. It's so, so worth it. I think that's all I have for you. Oh, no, it isn't. I want to go back to the new moon. That's on August 30th in Virgo at 6 degrees. It's in the 12th house. The 12th house, a little bit scary. I do talk about this in my blog. However, the 12th house, it's our unconscious, it's our subconscious. 12th house is ruled by Pisces, so we're kind of like, whoo, airy fairy out there, dreamers and illusionists. We're going to have to review where we've been and where we're going. We are going to have to review our strengths and our weaknesses, our shadows, our skeletons in the closet, our fears. And I know there's not one person out there, out here, in here, that wants to look at those things. However, we need to address and accept our shadow sides. Right now is the time. Apply love to it. Lots of love to all those fears. Fears are false evidence appearing real. Remember that. We have to look at these things so that we can move forward. This is also talks about hidden things. When I'm talking about in the shadows, it's our inner shadow, but things that are in the shadows, secrets that we're keeping from other people, secrets that people are keeping from us. They could come out for the sake of love. Things that we must face. So all of these things are coming up. Also, the 12th house rules institutions, such as jails, mental hospitals. It rules the past. It rules our past lives. So a lot of that is coming up. Also, healing, endings, and closure are ruled by the 12th house. So we have a pretty jam-packed August for all of us. And that is why I created this video. Please be sure to check out my blog that will explain more information on this. Also, I will be releasing the tarot scopes for each sign for August of 2019, and of course the weekly wisdoms. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when I'm releasing my videos. You can find me at expressionsoftheuniverse.com and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+. I don't even think there's a Google+ anymore. But I'm mostly on Facebook and Instagram daily. So thank you so much for watching. Happy August. Embrace that lion. Embrace your Leo. And surround yourself with people that are on the same mission as you. Until September. So long.